Hi. So we have one last little step to prepare our body tubes before we start adding other pieces to them. And if you look down the body tube, you may have noticed that you can kind of see there's these like little flaps of the tissue paper and stuff that might stick out. Now, there's two ways that you can address that. We don't want the tissue paper being loose inside, because what will happen, especially in the lower stage of the rocket, is that if it uh, is sticking out, it can catch on fire when you deploy the parachute. So we'll have one of our engines will actually blow out the other direction, and that helps to deploy the parachute. And so we don't want anything in there that could possibly catch on fire. Also, even though we have two layers of gum tape, you might notice that there's a few little areas where maybe it didn't like stick together as well as you thought it might, or maybe it's not as um, adhered in that space. And so one of the ways that we can, what I call temper it, because I don't have another better word, but I know in metals, when you temper them, you're making them stronger, uh, is to take and just run a little stream of water down the inside, so that we make sure that everything that can stick together is stuck together. So if you see, I've got just a little stream of water, and I'm just gonna run that down the inside of my body tube, and I'm just kind of twisting it around. And what that's doing is that's wetting down all of that tissue paper in there and making sure that it sticks really well to the gum tape. Now, if you notice that there are pieces that might be not so well stuck together on the outside, you can also do it. You don't want to do too much. We're not soaking it in there, but you can run a little bit more water down through some of those seams, and it will help the gum tape to adhere a little bit better. Now, while this dries, because it's not on the pool noodle, and do not put it back on the pool noodle, you'll never get it off. But while this dries, you want to make sure that it doesn't get crushed, because it's a little soft right now. So as you can see, I stuck it up on end. Probably want to put it on something to catch any of the water that's dripping down out of there. But that will ensure that that tissue paper is really well attached. So like this one, that is perfect for catching on fire. So again, just kind of run a little bit of water all around the inside, and that will help kind of get all those little bits and pieces to stick together. You can even see a little piece that's sticking out. And then again, do kind of an external inspection and make sure you don't have any little pieces like right here that's kind of bubbled. So I'm gonna just run a little water in that seam, squish it back down, and you just want to do one last little inspection, make sure everything is nice and tight and flat. And then what you'll notice is after doing that, your body tube will feel quite a bit more sturdy than what it had before, because all those little spots that didn't actually get stuck together are going to be more stuck together, and then they're going to dry, and it's going to be way more sturdy. So you can thank Logan Davis for figuring that out. He was a freshman in my STEM class, and I think he dumped water over during the construction of the project, and his body tube the next day when we let it dry was super stiff, and we were like, hey, that worked really well. So we started adding it to our protocol, and it seemed to help. So you want to make sure that you leave these overnight to dry, and then as you finish your motor mount, you'll be able to add them to your body tubes and get them glued in place, and they'll be nice and sturdy. So there you go. And the next video is going to show you how to start getting your engine mount ready. So see you in engine mount construction part 1.